I think especially with OCD, like the majority of people think that you can control it yourself, and there's really nothing wrong with you. It's just, if you had more willpower and inner strength or whatever, you can overcome it and stuff like that. And I always try to explain to people, I don't want to be like this, because like I said, it's really like ruined my life, because, when I went to college, I thought I'd graduate and get a good job as an accountant, and maybe even go for my CPA, certified public accountant, and get married and have children and all the like, and all that never came to bear. Hello, my name's Darryl S. I suffer from obsessive compulsive disorder, which they call OCD, and also I suffer from, they said, clinical depression. When I was growing up, I think I had OCD way back when I went to, when I was in like junior and senior high school, because as I recall back then, I noticed little small things like when I left the room, like checking the doors, make sure they're closed. Amazingly, nobody ever told me about, my disability, or said there was anything wrong with me. And I have a Bachelor of Science degree with business administration, with a major in accounting and a minor in management. And surprisingly, even though I had my OCD, which I didn't know I had at the time, I did very well in college. I was on the dean's list numerous occasions, and I had no problems with getting along with people. I had a lot of friends, and I socialized a lot outside of the classrooms. I also had numerous girlfriends, some were serious, some were not. I knew something was wrong with me, but I didn't know what. My mother and my brother and sister sat down with me and says, Darryl, you have a problem, you have to go see a doctor. And I said, fine, okay. Then they hospitalized me, put me on Prozac and Buspar, and initially it didn't help me that much. But then after it started getting into my system and that, I started coming around, and I started being a little more calm and relaxed, and the compulsions and rituals slowly started diminishing. I was doing very well for a long time when I had my own apartment, but then my mother got sick. She was diagnosed with bone cancer. I felt like, that was the last of my life support system, was going out the window there. So, because she was the only one who supported me, I started having a relapse. And like whenever I went to see her, after I saw her, I would start doing a lot of my compulsions and ritualistic behaviors, and I was hoarding things in my apartment and stuff like that. And she hung on for like 3 years, and I was able to keep myself together, not enough to maintain my apartment and stuff like that with the help of my caseworkers and friends, but I really wasn't doing well. And then she passed away, and that's when I like totally lost it. They had a 302 hearing for me, and a psychiatrist in the hospital recommended that I go to Torrance State Hospital. And I was very upset about that. When I got there, I started having a lot of problems. I wasn't making any progress at all, and I was thinking to myself, I better do something, Darryl, or I'm never going to get out of this place. I was going to groups, and one of my groups was DBT, dialectical behavioral therapy, and that did wonders for me, like the mindfulness and distress tolerance and emotional regulation and all that stuff. And I started eating better and taking care of myself. And I was discharged from the Torrance State Hospital, and I went to a place called a dom care. My therapist and psychiatrist said, whenever you feel you're ready, we feel that you're ready to take your next step and live independently on your own. So I started looking for apartments, and I had to wait about 7 or 8 months, and I got a call from Wimerton, and they said there was an apartment available. And that was like 2 weeks ago. And I went to see the apartment, and I fell in love with it. I really liked it, and I accepted it on the spot. And I've been going out and buying new furniture for it and all kind of things. And I'm really looking forward to living on my own and being more independent and self-sufficient. Only my mother accepted my mental illness, obsessive compulsive disorder. My older brother and older sister and my other relatives really didn't accept it. They thought, well, you could just tough it out, just don't check things and don't repeat yourself, and don't do those things, and you'll be all right. Especially my sister, she was very adamant, but she thought I was just putting on an act, and I wasn't really sick in that, because she couldn't understand how could I graduate with college with honors, like magna cum laude, and get through college with OCD, and once I got out, I couldn't find a job, employment. I guess I'll never fully, get rid of it, like they said, OCD, but I should eventually, be able to manage it at a manageable level, and so it doesn't hinder my everyday activities, and that's so. And I'm starting to get to that point now, because I volunteer at the Westmoreland County Food Bank, and in the ACE program. I go to the Step Up Drop-In Center twice a week, and that also helps with my socialization skills and meeting new people. I have a deep religious faith. I'm a born-again Christian, and I think my Christian faith helps me immensely with my OCD and depression, stuff like that. It gives me inner peace. Yes, I think I'm on the way to recovery. I don't think I'm completely there yet, but I think if I keep going down the path that I'm going, I think I can get a handle on my OCD and live a productive, independent, self-sufficient life.